Welcome back, everyone. This is Weems from Grow Up and Game, and you are watching the Satisfactory Early Access. So, this episode is going to be kind of a bonus episode format. What that really means is that I don't want to use the term interesting. Like, I don't want to, plague this episode by saying, oh, it's just not interesting. Because it is. It's the game. There's going to be things that happen in the game that everyone does. But really, what I'm doing here is I'm going to be just kind of fine-tuning my current processes. I'm going to be fixing it up, doing some splitting and merging, and just getting this basic automation working as efficiently as I possibly can. And the reason I call it a bonus episode is normally I try to have like a concrete goal, right? Like something that I haven't already done. And in this case, this is just me augmenting something that I'm currently doing. So this format is going to be just a little bit more low-key. Maybe we'll go and just talk about our feelings. I don't know. But really, at the end of the day, the goal here is to make this better so that come next episode, we'll be in a better spot as far as our resource production goes, and we won't run into more bottlenecks down the road. So I don't expect a whole lot of actual meaningful progress to be made, but I expect our lives to be made a lot better. So let's do that. The first thing that's bothering me is I have a few processes here that are not the most efficient. As you can see, we've got this thing kind of chugging along, because we're producing 1 ingot per 30, and this is producing a lot more than that. It's choking. So I can actually do a couple things here. I can actually take this and split it out into 4 smelters. Let's just do the math here. 30. 120. So you know what? Let's do that. I was thinking, am I going to have to go and, put this on a different node and do all that? But really, this thing is already the bottleneck. So I can just get to it early. So to build a smelter, I can't afford. I need rods and wire. That's unfortunate. Well, the good news is I got ingots. And I've been talking long enough, I should have some wire. That's my concrete. I need to go over here. So given that iron is kind of the backbone of everything, I think this is going to be a good place to start. So what we'll do is we can do... I'll have to think about it. We'll get the ore up first, and then we can kind of worry about the details from there. Or rather, get the smelting working first. So we need lots of rods. We're doing good on copper wire. The good news is we should be getting pretty close to the end of my days of really hitting the smelt button, at least when it comes to plates, rods, wire, cable, all that mess. Well, let's pretend for a second that power is not a big issue. And get the number of smelters we need to do this properly. I'm sure some of you pros here are yelling at me for not putting this on concrete, not, making this look nicer. For the time being, I'm not super worried about that. We'll get some fancy factories later. For the time being, I just want this to work well. So if I hit control while I'm setting these down, it actually does create some guidelines for me, which is pretty convenient. Allegedly, again, before I decided to do this Skywalker format, I did do some research before you know, I pressed record, and there's apparently ways to go and, like, if you set the concrete down, it will go and the guidelines will be just a little smoother, but so far I think this looks pretty good. So I'm okay with our, you know, dirt factory. So what I really need to do here, this kills me, because power's a bit of a mess right now. I'm actually going to stop production. Oh, I know. Scary. That there. That there. We have lots of biofuel, so that won't be a problem. We need to kind of reset the bones here a little bit. And if we do the math, this is 15 per minute, which requires 30 ore per minute. So one can do well. If we do 1, 1, so we say plate, plate, that'll be efficient. And then rod, and that'll be balanced. But what do we tend to need more, rods or plates? It's almost like we can have a flex factory off to the side here. So let's take that approach. I'm gonna check my inventory first, which looks fine. And I'm gonna start ripping some stuff down here. Rip it down, rip it down. Rip it down, don't rip that down, because that is probably got more than in my inventory. Oh, it doesn't. You know what? Get rid of it. Don't need that right now. So step one is to really fork this. And we're going to need to actually create a couple different forks. So if we go here, go to logistics, we have a conveyor splitter. That's going to be step one. We're going to enter this in here, and it's going to split once and split twice. And actually, this might be a little bit easier up from a perch. So we'll enter it into this. And actually, I think this should work. That there. Ooh. It don't like that. Okay. Ooh, that's bad. That's real bad. Alright, we're gonna try that again. You know, it won't be as fancy schmancy as I want, but once it gets rolling, I don't think we're gonna lose any efficiency. So let's get that conveyor splitter back out. And I need to get it like basically right in front of this thing. Can do that. Let's try this again. That's better. And we actually need another pair of splitters. And the reason I'm doing a pair instead of putting it out here is we're gonna have an unbalanced output. If we try to say, put this here, then like 2 over here, 1 over there, we're gonna run into bottlenecks. So I want to try and keep it efficient by doing this. And doing this. Now, I don't think the distance matters that much in the long run. Obviously, on startup, there will be some minor inefficiencies. Oh god, yeah, ain't gonna work. This tree is not doing me any favors, is it? Need another splitter. Come on. I just need to get it a little bit over. There we go. Come on. Ah. Is this, at least this one gonna work? Alright, that's promising. Oh, come on, come on. Alright, so neither of these are working. That's great. Alright. So I might have built these a little too close. Really what I should probably do is just make it a little easier on the actual input process. Then from there, I can build it around. You know what? I know what the issue is. These guys need to be moved a little bit forward. That will make our lives easier. Meanwhile, y'all are probably yelling at me, build the concrete, build the concrete. You know what? Fine. We'll build the foundation. Missing concrete. Well, I know where I can get it. Well, I mean, it really does solve the problem, doesn't it? You go, you raise it a little bit. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I've got concrete. That'll do it. Now you see why I'm calling this a bonus episode? There might not be a whole lot that actually happens here. I'll try to make it a point to go ahead and put some timestamps of, you know, after I get the iron done, after I get the copper done, after I get the concrete done. Oh, man. Unfortunately, after this episode, I'm going to probably have to take a little bit of a break because the wedding planning and just life and job and new client and all of this stuff is just starting to pile up. And this has just been a fantastic, just kind of mental break from all of that. You just go and just kind of mindlessly try to make things as efficient as possible. It's very therapeutic, at least to me, kind of going and trying to set this all up. Okay, let's get that foundation set up. Get that tall foundation set up. I'm gonna step on this. And I don't know if this is a good idea, because that's gonna block that. I'm gonna build it a little bit out too. The nice thing is it does kind of snap when you do that, which I do appreciate. Oh, how'd that last one go? That doesn't look right, does it? So what you can actually do, if we go to, foundation, you can just like say hit the 5 button, and boom, bound to hotbar. Awesome. So what happens if I build this over that? So it just lets the tree just like be there. So is there a way to get rid of this thing? We'll come back to it. It's not hurting anything right now. We got that foundation set up. So now let's go and go to production. Get the smelters, and we can get those 4 smelters going. So if I go like this, so what does snapping it to grid do? Not a whole lot. That looks good. 2, 3, 4. So I actually don't really need this over here. Now I'm gonna leave it there because, like I said, it's not really hurting anything. But I'd probably stand to benefit from just moving the splitter as close as I really can. Well, not organization, logistics, splitter. We're gonna put this thing as close as we friggin' can without making me uncomfortable. Really as close as we can with hopefully this conveyor belt working. Nope. Invalid shape, too steep. Okay. We tried. Come on. How about that? How did you get from that shape to that shape? That's just baffling. I mean, I'm not going to pretend to know how to code this type of game. Turns out data engineer... Oh, there we go. Straight line. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, it turns out data engineering and video game development are two very, very different practices. And I am not ashamed of that. Alright, so we don't have to use the left and right here. I think that was part of my problem before. We're going to use the straight and the left. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to place this first splitter. Here, looks good. It's not. It's not good. I feel like I'm learning quite a bit about how conveyor belt angles work right now. So we're going to take this type of approach. That'll do it. Hopefully. Too steep. Are you joking me? So can I really not lift this guy up? Or is the solution simply to build it further back? Tough times with splitters. That really should be the name of this episode. Honestly, at this rate, it probably will be. Holy smokes, that one worked. Okay. Do I still have power running to these things? I thought I shut that off. I don't want to burn more biofuel while I'm fumbling over this. Well, it's not on. It's just, I guess, some type of production backlog is just continuously being fed to this. Okay. We'll go with it. We're going to get another splitter. And we said we were going to go straight. I'm not as convinced anymore given what I just experienced with that. So let's try... This is tricky. So I can snap the guideline, and I can't. No, I can't build it up. It's not like those. It's not like the belts where you can just lift them up and raise them down. So honestly, I feel like going up here is kind of what I'm going to be forced to do. So we'll build it like this. And we'll just have to have a bit of a route to these other ones. This actually might not go as bad as I think it will. Something like encroaching others' clearance? Hold on. So I have to maybe set this first. Like this. And we'll do that. What happens if I do that and then set this like that? Ooh. Encroaching others' clearance. It doesn't make... Is it encroaching my clearance? The memes are starting to make sense. They're starting to gain sentience. We're gonna build a foundation there. Cool with that? No. Wait, are you cool with any of this? No. What is this? I mean, I'm gonna take what is probably the wrong approach. Suppose if we work backwards. Encroaching others' clearance. I am not sure what it's asking me to do here. But I'm gonna guess. Because clearly that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Once we get over here... Oh, this is just wrong. This is just not allowed. Doesn't like any of this. So I'm going to assume things need to be spread out just a bit more. And I hope I'm right for your sake, because you're the one watching me. So let's, I guess, get these smelters up. There. And we'll do one spacing apart. How does it like it? Oh, it loves it. Okay, so there needs to be one unit of spacing apart from it. Otherwise, it has a really bad day. Oh, we don't want that one. There we go. Now we're in business. And I probably... Oh, it has an invalid shape. That's too bad. What happens if I just do it directly? I go... Belt. Oh, apparently it's fine with that. Whatever. Alright, so we got this step of the process out of the way. And now if we go over here, we have to decide what we want to make. So if we decide to go iron, plates, then this can be 1-to-1. So let's do that. Production. Constructor. Why does it not let me? Floor is too steep, encroaching. I am not the biggest fan of this error. You know what? Get out of here. You can get out of here too. All y'all, get out of here. We're building more factory floor. Here I am saying I'm not going to build a factory floor, but I am kind of starting to see the value here. And you can actually build ramps too. So let's do that. Foundation. Beautiful. Make my life a little easier. Probably need to add that to say 6 here. And let's see if I'm encroaching again. Production. Constructor. Oh, that's much better. So does it allow me to do this like right in this grill? Oh, they're a bit wider of a structure, aren't they? Let me get on top. Might be time to get that lookout tower up, eh? If I go. There we go. Organization. Yeah. Oh. Actually, let's build it all the way over here. So we can always tear it down and move it, which is remarkably, convenient, I might add. Now this should give us a better view of what the heck it is we're trying to do. So let's look at these constructors. And yeah, they're kind of bigger, aren't they? They ain't gonna fit that way. So what we can do, I'm gonna build a little forward. Guess it. For the love of God, please don't encroach on another's clearance. Oh, I'm gonna hurt myself. Oh, I didn't. That's good. Well, if we do this, these will be our plates. Easy enough, right? Then, if we go to more constructors, I can't tell. Oh God. Oh! Ow. Sorry. Damaged fix-it property. Is this tree really just, you know, crapping my oatmeal over here? Here's it is. Oh, yeah. We'll go with it. Seems like a good idea. Seems like, but it's encroaching others' clearance. So what we could do, yeah, well, plate, rod. Now that wouldn't be that efficient, actually. We need more constructors, because if we need one more constructor, which means we need more foundation. Beautiful. And then we're gonna go get that constructor. So we're gonna make rods a little less of a priority than plates. I don't know if that's the right call, but it's the call I'm making. So these all can chill. This guy, on the other hand, needs to get dismantled. And we need another splitter. We'll make the splitter 7, merger 8, because that's, spoiler alert, gonna come up pretty shortly, if I'm a betting man. Where am I? Oh, this whole snap to grid thing is kind of messing with me over here. We'll try this. Oh God, I hope this works. That works, but other ones wouldn't. You know what? I'm not gonna fight it at this point. Not gonna fight it, because that's over 90 degree. Whatever. We'll have some spaghetti conveyor belts here. So these will be rods, these will be plates. You know what? Probably stand to benefit from just tearing all these down. Don't do that. Yeah, because this is all just going to get redone. I mean, really, once the constructors are done, we just want to put a couple containers over here. And you know what? I might as well build more foundation, right? Apparently it's perfectly happy with me just building it over for the vegetation here. Should be able to jump this. There we go. So this is pretty quickly. Can't afford. We know where we can get some concrete. Going this way. That's the stuff. Yeah, so you apparently need a fair bit of this. At least if building organized factory is something you're trying to do. Although, I am kind of annoyed that you can't do the angling, because it does seem you can save a little space that way. So I'm curious if that's some feedback that they'll take, or if the intent, or if I'm missing a hotkey or something like that, which is entirely possible. Let's get these guys set up. And let's get organization, storage container. Let's do that. Actually, really, we can just go... Whoa, you can stack them on each other. That's kind of cool. Not gonna lie. So this gives me a little straight line to that. Which, if we set up a merger here, should actually do pretty well. Especially if I face it the right direction. So we want to go out to this. Where's my lines? There's my lines. That's so close. Can I even build the belt? Holy smokes, I can. So you can these things can just kiss. Doesn't have any problem with that. Good to know. So I push this through this tree here. Well, that was close. You know what? I'm not gonna really think about that. So then we want another merger. Right here looks good. I hope. Maybe need it a little closer. See if we can get that storage container here. Well, it's not having a good time. I know just the fix. Oh, encroaching on others' clearance. Well, I don't want you here anymore. I'm over you. And just like that, I started building a factory. An honest-to-God factory. They say necessity is the mother of invention. What am I doing looking at, production over here? I need organization. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I want, so you know what? Get out of here. Well, if I'm going to do this, I might as well friggin' do this, right? Not quite in the middle. OCD is taking over here a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So if we go build that merger, right here. So that's actually kind of pretty. I did a good job with that one. This, on the other hand, I, don't want to really speak to. But, I mean, it works, right? So, we are, in theory, set up here. And it should be efficient? I'm sure some of you are probably just screaming at the video. I'm screwing something up horribly, but we're gonna make this work. So we have a lot of power we need to feed this thing. Well, I'm not one to, let it stay hungry. All from one pure miner. That's kind of cool. We're gonna set up, I don't know, 3 power poles? Sounds right to me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Voila. So these are just going to be connected. This will feed that. And then this can feed that. This can feed that. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm not going to have enough power lines. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I encroaching? You gonna whine about it? These guys gotta connect. So let's have this go all the way over there. And this can go all the way over there. And this can go here. And this can go here. And we're going to need to build an additional power line. How about over on this corner? It's not feng shui, but there it'll work, right? And the base can feed it. So I need to go and kind of set up some configurations here, right? Well, these all need to be iron. Iron, iron. 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 And then these are my rods. Rod. Rod. Plate. Plate. And plate. And then, in theory, I just turn it on. And we see if we have enough power. 40. I'm just gonna watch this. 6, 1. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, I'm guessing they haven't turned on yet because we need to actually get the materials over here. So this is not piping it through. Missing the most important step here, right? Oh, thank goodness this worked. So we're gonna wait and see if this thing crashes and burns. This all seems to be doing its job. Let's look at the power output. So far so good, but no promises yet. Probably tell through this central tower. It's got a 40 megawatt capacity. Starting to oscillate a little bit. Starting to go up. Doing roughly the Activision stock pattern here. Ooh. We might be okay. The thing has had enough time to really engage everything. So let's see. I missed something. Let's do a little math here. This produces 120 ore per minute, which feeds through here, splits 2 ways, and then 4 ways. This produces 30 iron ingots per minute. So it takes 2 seconds between. 1, 2, 1, 2. Seems like there's a bottleneck here. Produce. Yeah, and then it hangs. I did my math wrong. Somehow. It looks like it's an issue of this getting transported. So this is something I'll have to research, or at least look into. Now, this isn't all bad. Ooh, I mean, it's doing what I, set out to do. Create these materials at roughly this ratio. So while not perfectly efficient, I'm not going to spend more time digging into why. I'm going to instead work on this copper production here. And honestly, maybe this copper production will help me glean some insight into as to why this is not working the way I want it to. Just keep ripping all this down. We're starting over. Yes, I know there's no power. 120 per minute. Let's... it's so pretty. Let's go build more foundation. Encroaching another's clearance. We'll just have to live with it. We'll run out of concrete soon. Oh, that's not correct. Can't afford. Back this way we go. Do I need more? Yep. Yep. Pretty soon this will become the bottleneck. I really need to figure out how to friggin' miner, smelter, constructor. Is it like not an ore? God, sort. What's my inventory doing here? Ugh. Guess I can take this. Oh, I already had all the limestone I could ever want. Let's get that concrete built. Let's fill up my inventory here. Where are all these ores coming from? There we go. Isn't that nice? Let's get more of this concrete out of here. Should probably get all three, right? Oh, that's not what I wanted. That limestone there. Let's clear some space. I should probably go to bed, right? It's only 1:30 in the morning. Not like I have to work tomorrow or anything. No, these moments are precious when you get older than 30. Spoiler alert, I am over 30 years old. I will let you guess how much over. But around the 30-year mark, things suddenly, time suddenly got a little bit more sparse. So I'm kind of relishing this moment here. At some point, this thing will have walls. Right now, I'm perfectly happy with the floor. Oh, nope. Perfectly happy with the floor. That's nice. You can pretty much just walk right on top of it. Oh god, there's got to be some way to get rid of all this vegetation. Again, another one of those things. Sure, people are just yelling at the screen. You idiot, how did you not see this? It's so easy. It's not easy for me. You know what? I'm not gonna apologize for it. Okay, we are getting close here. We have lots of floor, which is good. At some point I can probably put the space elevator on it. I do appreciate that they made it, you know, 1-to-1 when it came to, you know, if you want to, say, break down an existing resource or break down an existing structure and move it somewhere. Now, I would have liked just a direct move function. I think that would kind of remove some unnecessary steps, but I'm also perfectly happy just going and breaking it down or reconstructing it. Space is becoming a bit of an issue, but I feel like that's probably somewhat self-inflicted. In fact, I can probably just go and take that ore I've smelted, at least the iron, and drop it into those factories because we seem to have a bit of an inefficiency. So rather than, you know, lament over it, let's see if I can stock these a little more. So those are already smelted. Yeah, let's just to heck with it. Oh, come on. Come on. It's not letting me do it. Is that not an iron plate? Oh, I put it on the wrong side. Oh, it's... What am I doing? Sticking it in there. Let's put it in here. I don't really need, like, a whole lot of them right now. 100 would be nice. This ore, on the other hand, I really don't need. Let's go ahead and toss this in this smelter. And we can toss this in this smelter. We'll get back to tidying that up later, but it's at least better than it was before. It was really choked up back there, and now we've opened that up. So I'm, you know, in a lot better mood about that. At least I know that my time kind of just letting it run here is producing a decent yield. let's keep building this foundation out over here. Because apparently I'm not interested in preserving the natural state of things. Oh, I can just build it like over the water. Missing concrete at the most important juncture of all. So I think this next one should be a lot simpler. Make tons of wire. I don't know if there's another, baseline copper production option. I guess I can go look at a constructor and find out pretty quickly, right? Yeah, because you need that for that. You can make concrete. All I had to do was look. And biofuel and screws. We'll get to those later. Let's just get the basic copper going for now. That's the biggest thing. I'll go here. We'll hand make this concrete for now. And this should be enough to get us going for the time being. Actually, and I want everyone to forgive me for this. From the bottom of my heart, I believe this will be a good stopping point. I've got some power grids to set up. I've got a few other things that really need to be done to kind of get this whole production here humming. I've got a couple of items to think through. But we were at least able to take our pure node over here and turn it into a decently efficient system. I'm not sure where the breakdown is happening. I'm not sure how fast these things split. It's almost like it's expecting a third. I'm not sure how to interpret that. If that's intentional, unintentional. I'm going to go and... not going to research it quite yet. But there is some hidden piece of information that I am missing. Well, I think that's it for the bonus episode. Thank you everyone for watching. Again, not the most compelling content, but it is interesting to just kind of watch how the game functions. And at some point I'm going to get my math right on this, and it's going to be sweet. But until then, I will see you next time. This is Weems signing off, and I hope all of you have a great rest of your day, week, month, year, and life. Later.